In this video class, we're going to talk about making a website for entrepreneurship elective and the steps, maybe a few things that we missed, and other classes just to get everybody on track to make sure they've made their website. So the step one, we're going to log into the MacBook. Make sure you use this as the username, and you capitalize the M and the R, and the password is capital RCSD. Then you use your lowercase m, AKER, $. So once we're in there, then we're going to go to this one that says Google Chrome, and we're going to go to ravenswoodschools.net. So I would open a tab like this, ravenswoodschools.net. Next, we're going to go to this one that says Sites. We're going to go to Sites. Now we're going to go down to this button that says New Google Sites. So we see New Google Sites, and we click it. Now, if you haven't made a website, you would click this button that says Create New Website or New Site. But because I've already made one, show it here. And then let's pay attention that there are pages, and then there's insert things, pages and insert. On a MacBook, if you double click on the left part of the finger pad, so you click once and then twice really quickly, then you have the option, and the first one is a text box. Then you can put an image, you can put an URL, and you can put something from a drive. All right. So what you're supposed to do is open your website and then find these. Then for the original assignment, you can highlight it by clicking the left part of the finger pad and holding it down while you use another finger to drag and highlight all the text. Once you might have to do that more than once. Once you have it, then you can press the key that says Command with your left hand, and you hold down that button. And then while you're holding down the button that says Command on the MacBook, you press the letter C. And that copies that. So let's say you had doing this for the first time when you had created your website. Press Control, click on it, and it'll tell you what it was. Now we double click on the text box, you get it there. If you're not sure how to do it that way, you can go to let's say you run pages, you can go to Insert, Text Box. Gets you the same thing. You hit Command, hold that button down. While you're holding it down, press the letter V on the keyboard. And then we change our name. Right, change these things. So now let's look at our pages. We look at the example. This is what I gave you. You look at the pages on the complete one. Then you look at your pages. And see you don't have that's the one that I just made. We see that we don't have any pages like this, so then we have to click Add a Page. I look to see what was the first one. It says Home, I have that one. Case Study is the next one. Do that. Then I do the next one, which is Expense Report. Next one, which is Sewing Reflection, and then Sticker Reflection. Oh, and I clicked something and it didn't let me do it. So now I'm going to click on the left part of the mouse pad and then say rename this page. Hit enter. Let's say you're having trouble with this because you don't know how to use a MacBook. It's a little new for you. We go to our friend YouTube, look for a video called How to Use MacBook Mouse. Then we have to deal with some advertisements, but then they go away. So I'm not going to watch the entire one, but that would be a way for you to quickly understand this video up here, 25 basic Mac keyboard shortcuts. It could be a great video to watch as well. So I'm going to expect you to use YouTube to put your questions that you have. If you don't know how to do something, it's not good enough to come to class and say, oh, I didn't know how to do that. Because I'm going to ask you, well, did you type your question into Google? Did you type your question into YouTube and look for an answer? That would be the best way, because that will enable you to do a lot more work. So we continue on there. Looks like we have group project and grade sheet, second trimester. Right. Now we look at the first one, the home page on the example. We look at our home page. So for this one, I'll put my name. I'm not a seventh grader, but you are. So that's what you would write. If Mr. McGee was truly writing this, I would change it to I'm a teacher at McN Academy. You need to keep this same for your website. So change what you need to change for yours. And the rest of it probably could be the same. Case study. Look at their example. What does it have for a case study? Has these ones. So for this one, you would have to put the date that you did this homework, go look at your notebook, and then instead of writing what I wrote, you might put our case study for November 8th was to watch the Mr. Shark Tank. You might put in this part, and so you want to copy all of it. But then the part that says episode I watched was about, you have to finish that. You actually have to write what your episode was about. This is where you need to fill in what you wrote about. All right. For the expense report, I don't have anything written yet. For their expense report, the example, they have this written. So we would want to copy it. Command C. Then they have this nice expense log written out. So below this, click, and then we're going to click Drive. We're going to click Drive to get that spreadsheet. So this is that spreadsheet. Now, the step that I had to do this, if you didn't do your homework, if you hadn't done that, is I had to go to Google Drive, this thing. I had to click New, click Google Sheets. To type in the letter expense report, put the date in this format. It's the 11th month, and when I wrote it, it was the 8th day. And then I had to put in some different names. So if we look at it, we had to put in